Welcome back to Yirara.
Hello, I'm Dan from Clontarf.
And I'm Alonzo Nelson.
And today Alonzo, my head chef, is going to teach me how to pimp my noodles. So stand by and wait for an easy recipe.
And here's our ingredients. We have our noodles, our eggs, and our curry, some corn, carrots, and some broccoli.
Okay, and just a quick look at the equipment we're going to be using. We're going to be using the gas stove straight off the gas bottle, so you can do it outdoors if you want to. We've got the old iron cooking pot, which can take the naked flame, and then we've got a knife to chop up our ingredients, spoon and tongs to stir, and a peeler for the carrots. Now remember, you older blokes need to be supervising if you've got any young people around, because knives can be really dangerous, open flames can be really dangerous, so this is really careful. Better to have some elders around, or some parents, or some guardians, or some older people around who can help you with all this stuff, because it can be dangerous if you don't use it the right way. Alright, what I got to do, boss?
First step is you just need to fill some water up in this pot.
No worries. Righto, boss, the water's on. What's next for me?
Your next step, little fella, is to chop up your ingredients.
Thanks, I'll get onto it now. Alright, chef, the water's boiled. What do I do next?
Just add your ingredients, Mike.
Okay. Okay, that looks like we're done there, chef. Are you feeling hungry yet?
Oh yeah, I'm starving, bros.
Alright, let's have a feed.
Let's serve.
Alright fellas, there's a really way to pimp your noodles. So instead of just having normal noodles, you can add some healthy stuff. Makes it really tasty. You can include curry powder, you can include tuna. Today we just did the eggs, the broccoli and the carrot. And remember, when you're cooking together, just keep your distance, and it's a good little snack between maybe lunch and dinner, I reckon, after you've had a little bit of bodyweight exercise in the park. I wonder how it tastes. Chef, what do you reckon?
Sorry. It's lovely. Fellas, when you're cooking, just remember, keep your distance. And if you want to shake your hand, just give yourself a Corona bump.
Thanks so much.
This week, we are looking at the language of time. Now, time is measured in two different ways. One way is called analog. That's with the clock that has a face and a long and a short hand. Can you spell analog with me? A-N-A-L-O-G-U-E. Analog. Now, the second way we read time is digital. That's like the time we see on our phones. Digital time is run by little computers. Can you spell the word digital with me? D-I-G-I-T-A-L. Digital. We measure time in hours, also shown by the shorthand on our analog clocks. There are 24 hours in one day. Let's spell it. H-O-U-R. Hour. We also measure time in minutes, which can be found on the right-hand side of digital clocks or the long hand on analog clocks. There's 60 minutes in 1 hour. Let's spell it. M-I-N-U-T-E. Now, the other way that we measure time is through things called seconds. Seconds are the smallest measure of time. There's 60 seconds in 1 minute. Let's spell it. S-E-C-O-N-D. About daytime or nighttime. Now, AM means sometime in the early morning. AM can stand for after midnight to help you to remember. When we use the phrase PM, we are talking about in the afternoon or the evening. PM stands for post-midday or after midday. Now, let's rewatch our Marcus and his mates episode to remember the valuable lesson Marcus learned. So we last saw our character Marcus hitting the road with his Uncle Dan, heading to the local community stores to help out in any way they can. Marcus knew it was going to be fun, and the first place was in Robinson River, known as the Alpa store. Uncle Dan soon introduced Marcus to the shop. He showed him around and told him that he expected Marcus to come on time to work the next day. He told Marcus that he needed to be there at 8 in the morning. So Marcus decided to relax for the rest of his afternoon. He found a nice quiet spot in between 2 trees that had a hammock in between it. And he decided he was going to rest there for the night. It was so quiet and peaceful. He was really happy that he could have found it. Once Marcus got there, he set his phone alarm for 8 in the morning. Now, Marcus soon nodded off fast asleep, and time began passing by. But for some reason, as the hours ticked past, his alarm did not go off. Uncle Dan got worried and went to look for him. But when he saw Marcus still sleeping, he was shocked and slightly annoyed. Marcus woke up with a startle once again, seeing his uncle over him. "Where were you? You were supposed to be at the shop at 8, Uncle Dan said. Uncle Dan took Marcus's phone and looked at it. "Wait a second, you didn't set the right alarm." Marcus was annoyed. "Yes, I did." But then his attitude changed as he saw his uncle laughing. "Marcus, you set the wrong time." "What do you mean, Uncle Dan?" Uncle Dan then showed that Marcus, when he had set his alarm clock that night, set it to 8 p.m., which wasn't the morning, it was the evening. Marcus needed to set his alarm for 8 a.m., which meant it was going to be 8 in the morning. Marcus sighed with relief. He was happy to see that his uncle wasn't mad at him anymore. That morning, even though it was late, Uncle Dan took Marcus off to the shop, where Marcus could help Uncle Dan with the groceries and the packing. Uncle Dan was on the phone, and Marcus was relieved that he could be on this exciting journey learning new things with him. Now, we're going to look at our teaching acts on how we can make good choices with our learning. It's Tuesday, 28th of April, and there is a shipment of milk due to arrive at 9 a.m. At 9 a.m., you're busy straightening up the shop, waiting for the shipment to arrive. Then, close to the dot, the shipment of milk arrives. The gentleman hands you the milk and gives you a purchase order to sign. You sign it, send him back on his way, and return the new milk to the shelves.
This week we're learning about 2 ways we read time. The first is the digital clock, which is the one similar to the one you have on your phone. The other way is called an analog clock, which is the one with the hands. Now each number on the clock has another meaning. It represents a group of 5. Now other important thing to remember when looking at time is that you may hear the words AM and PM.
everyone, to another deadly episode of Word of the Day. I'm Miss Moesha.
I'm Miss Sophie.
And I'm Miss Kylie.
And Miss Eloise, give us a wave. Woo!
Today's word of the day is
Aritna.
Meaning name.
Hora, brother. Awina, Aritna, Ingwin.
Aritna Achen Shale.
So don't forget to practice the word of the day, which is,
Aritna.
Meaning name.
and we'll see you again at the same time tomorrow for another word of the day. Bye.
Aritna.
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 Aha! It's time for another session of STEM. Science, technology, engineering and maths. Hope you enjoy it.
So today we're going to do a nines puzzle where we're going to put the numbers 1 to 9 into this grid only once. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Each one time only so that each column totals to 9 at the bottom. So first of all I'll just try a 7, a 9 and a 3. So if I look at that, I can think automatically 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 9 more is 19. So I'll put my 1 in the tens column and my 9's already there. So now I've got to look at my second column. So we'll get rid of 9, 3 and 7. And I've got these numbers left to fit in the remaining 6 boxes. I'll try 8 and 4 and 2. So I've got 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 5 is not 19. So I'm going to have to change a number. I'll try 6. So I've got 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 8 is 18, and one more is 19. That one works. So I'll put my 1 up there, and my 9's already there, and I'll get rid of 6, 4. So I've now got 1, 2 and 5 to place. So if I put a 1, 2 and 5 there, I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All done. Each column totals to 9 and my puzzle's complete. Remember we asked you to collect some bottle tops? This is what the bottle tops are for, so you can do some of the puzzles we show you at home. So you'll need 12 lids altogether, 3 with a 9 written on each, and the other ones with 1 through to 9. And 1. And now what I'm going to do is mark up my grid. So I've got 3 columns and 3 rows. And I'll start by putting the answers in first. So there's my 9, 9 and 9. And to start with, I'm going to choose 6 and 8 and maybe 4. Let's check that one. So 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 8 is only 18. So I'm one number short, so I'll need a 9. And there's my 9. So 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 9 is 19. So I've got my 9 there, and I need to remember my 1 for my second column. Then I'm going to put a 3 and maybe a 5. What else can we choose? A 7. Let's check this one. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 5 is 15, and the 1 I carried over. Still not enough. So I'm actually going to need to put the 8 in there. Let's add that up and check. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 8 is 18. One more left over is 19. So there's my 9, and I've got to remember the 1 for the last column. And if I just put the 3 remaining ones in, we'll just do our 1, the 2, the 5. 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 1 more is 8, and the one we carried over makes it 9. So they all total to 9 in each column. This is only one solution. See what ones you can come up with.
Right. 2, 1, 3, 4, 5. Leanne, I got an answer different to you. Does that mean I'm wrong or am I right?
Perfect. There are hundreds of different solutions to this puzzle. So that's why we'd love you to try it at home, and please share the answers that you get with us. We'd love to hear from you.
Hi everyone, this is Miss Deb.
Hi everyone, this is Miss Andrea.
Hi everyone, Miss Flo here.
Hi, it's Miss Emily.
And Miss Katie.
Let's take another look at Elsa's story in relation to our wow words.
Today is the day that Miss Deb is coming to visit Elsa. When Miss Deb arrives, Elsa greets her and shows her around. She can't wait to tell Miss Deb what she had planned for them to do.
Miss Deb, would you like to go looking for witchetty grubs with me?
I would love to. How about you tell me everything we'll need to take with us? What's the procedure?
We will need a smack, a bowl to put them in, some drinking water, 2 digging sticks, and a hat.
Sounds great. Let's get in the car and you can show me a good spot for us to drive to.
Miss Deb, Elsa and Mum searched for a really good witchetty bush. They carefully dug around the roots with their digging sticks. When they found them, they slowly and gently pulled the grubs out of the root. Elsa, Mum and Miss Deb then headed home.
Radio, good afternoon you all. Welcome back. Yes, it's me again. So yesterday Miss Deb had a wonderful lesson. She spoke about our wow words. You remember those ones? Word of the week. So the words that Miss Deb used was search. We had carefully. Then remember we said gently and slowly. They sound the same. So they go together. And then we had afterwards. Last one. So, there we have it. Now, yesterday you also watched the story of Elsa. You remember Elsa? No, not Frozen, people. We are not talking Frozen. We're talking Elsa in Community. Let's get to the pictures, people. So, what did Elsa do first? They went to search for a good spot to hunt for witchetty grubs. Then, when they found their spot, what did they use? They used digging sticks. And what did they do? Did they just hack the tree roots? No. They carefully went and dug at the tree roots to get out the witchetty grub. Then what did they do? So, when you go gathering witchetty grub, what do? Do you just go and drag it all out? I don't think so. You need to go gently and slowly so that you don't mess up the place where you work. Lastly, once you have all the witchetty grubs, they showed Miss Deb. So, there we have it. Search carefully, gently and slowly, and afterwards. So, let's see what's going to happen tomorrow. Could have much more fun. Bye-bye.
Welcome back. This is Miss Priscilla and we're going to do another fun art exercise today. Today we are going to be drawing faces, or another word for that is a portrait. A portrait could be a picture of just the head, the face, or you might want to include something a little bit more like the entire body. You'll need to source for this just a grey lead pencil. If you want to have a go at doing it in colour pencil, I've got some colour pencils here. Also need a mirror because all artists start off doing self-portraits using a mirror. So let's have a go. Okay, so here we have our piece of paper. I'm just using a grey lead pencil, and what I've done is I've drawn a circle, or it's actually a little bit more like an oval. And I've divided that up into 3 equal parts, and that gives us our construction lines. And so on that first line, I can sketch very lightly our eyes, and then I can start to build in the other facial features using these construction lines. So you can see how I've put the nose just above the second line down my page, and just underneath that I'm going to mark where I put the lips. I also line up on my face the edge of my mouth with my eyeball. You can see how I checked that. Most of my sketches are going to be really lightly in pencil, and then when I'm happy with the lines, I can go over them by pressing down. Can you see how I'm constantly checking in my mirror and looking at my face to try and get things the way that I see them? So when I'm happy with where I've got my main facial features, I can rub out those very lightly sketched in construction lines so that I've just got a picture of the face. Then when I'm happy with my eyes and my nose and my mouth, I can start to put in the extra detail. So you're going to go back and you're going to continually look at your face in the mirror to try and get some of that detail. So when I'm happy with my lines, I can start to add the shadows. So what I'm looking at is the areas of dark and light. And one of the final things that I'm going to do is add my hairline. So a basic self-portrait. 3 tips. Make sure that you start by dividing your face into 3 equal parts so that you can add or use this as a guide. Sketch lightly, don't press too hard until you're happy with the outline. And finally, you're going to add the detail and the shadows to try and make your portrait look more realistic.
That's it. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Morning, fellas.
Let's go. What? Rise and shine, fellas. It's time to get up. Oh, you son. Where are they? All right, fellas. Come on, come jump. Hurry up. Time to go. Let's go, fellas. Let's go.
All right, lads, hats off, please. Take a seat. Take a seat, please. Okay, let's everyone bow your heads. Let's give thanks. Come, Lord Jesus. All right, lads, time to head back to dorms. Get your cleaning done.
Right, lads, balls away, line up please, get ready for chapel please, storm line, let's go. North Dome, come on, line it up.
South Dome, line it up.
West Dome, let's go.
East Dome, up.
Hey, bro, wake up, man. It's lunchtime. Time to go home, man.
G'day everyone, Mr. Jed here. As you can see from the video, it's a really quiet place at Yirara without all you beautiful young people. All the house parents here, we're really missing you. We really want you to be doing as much schoolwork as possible while you're not here, and we can't wait to see you back here very soon. See you later.
Holy brothers.
Welcome to Yirara. Can you tell us your name and your job here?
My name is Tom and I'm working in the music department as a teaching assistant.
Where do you come from? And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I come from England. I've got a pretty big family. I've got 6 brothers. I came over to Australia because I'm married to Katie.
Welcome back to Yirara.